Joe Biden has just destroyed one of Trump's biggest attack lines yet. Joe Biden on Saturday utterly devastated one of the fake President Donald Trump's most repeated attack lines against the former vice president, and the irony is faux news helped him do it. On the day that Trump was at his ritzy exclusive country club in Bedminster, New Jersey, that reportedly has a $350,000 admission fee, Biden did what so many typical Americans do for recreation. He was riding around on a bike. The former vice president, who was wearing a mask, was accompanied on his bicycle ride by a few others in the streets of his home state of Delaware when they were approached by the faux news Peter Doocy. The faux reporter yelled at the bike-riding Biden. He says, "Mr. Vice President, have you picked a running mate yet?" To which Biden responded, "Yeah, I have." And then Doocy then followed up, "You have? Who is it?" To which Biden jokingly replied, "You," which that was not what he was expecting to hear, but yeah. That exchange not only aired on faux news, it went viral on social media, and then almost on cue Saturday afternoon, around the same time Biden was on his bicycle, Trump tweeted out from the posh confines of his country club one of his go-to attack lines against a former VP, calling him sleepy. The irony was delicious. There's Biden briskly riding a bicycle while Trump is at his private country club, where the only exercise seems to be is that he's getting in and out of his golf cart, yet Trump is calling Biden sleepy. Sometimes comedy writes itself, but in this case, Twitter helped as the hashtag Trump can't ride a bike got traction online, with one anti-Trumper juxtaposing video footage of Biden riding his bicycle, with Trump struggling to walk down a ramp after delivering the commencement address in June at West Point. It is certainly true that Trump has made Biden's stamina, as well as the former vice president's mental capacity, an issue in his campaign. But voters don't necessarily agree. A poll in early July had found that 52% of voters believe that Biden has the mental and physical stamina to be president, versus only 45% who think that Trump is. But here's an idea that might convince even higher numbers. Instead of a fourth debate that Trump's team wants, why not hold a good old-fashioned bicycle race between the two? Trump loves ratings, and this would no doubt attract millions of viewers. I can't even imagine how many will tune in just to see if Trump can even balance on a bicycle, let alone ride one. What is also striking about this riding with Biden image is that it stands out in glaring contrast to another Democratic presidential nominee's moment of recreation that backfired, that happened back in August of 2004 when the Democratic member John Kerry, who was taking on incumbent President George W. Bush, was photographed windsurfing off the coast of Nantucket. Reportedly, the photo op was intended to combat Kerry's image as a stiff-jawed Ivy Leaguer. Not only did late-night host at the time, like David Letterman and Jay Leno, mock Kerry for the image, conservative blogs slammed Kerry for his elitist hobby, where it got worse as the Bush campaign used the image in a campaign ad accusing what they call Kerry of shifting positions with the wind. Kerry was an avid cyclist too, but his custom-made bikes and exotic riding destinations didn't send the same message as Biden's everyman bike ride. An even worse image for a Democratic presidential nominee, probably the worst ever photo op for a modern-day presidential candidate, occurred back in September of 1988 when Michael Dukakis, in an effort to bolster his credibility to be commander-in-chief, he donned a military helmet and rode in an M1A1 Abrams main battle tank. Even the campaign reporters covering Dukakis at the time couldn't contain their laughter upon seeing the unfortunate image that made the candidate appear desperate and goofy. His opponent, the father, George H.W. Bush, later utilized this image of Dukakis in ads attacking the Democratic nominee as being weak on defense. But compare those images to Biden on the bicycle, and there's no indication that this was a contrived photo op. It appears to be simply to be Biden and being Biden. He went out for a bike ride, and faux news happened to capture it. It's the same as Trump just being Trump over the weekend, where he pulled around with his rich friends at his private country club, and then abruptly ended a press conference after being caught lying by a reporter. The contrast for voters this November cannot be any starker. But yeah. So if you liked the video, give the video a like and subscribe to my channel, Rand Van Wyk, and also hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when a new video comes out, and thanks for listening.